Hi Gemini, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be your love and spirituality reading for the rest of February, and this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So Gemini, also I'll be doing an extended video on my Vimeo channel, so I'll leave the link to that down below. So let's jump into your reading. So when I was shuffling on your energy, I felt this sense of being overstimulated, like your mind really racing, you not being able to concentrate or focus on one thing at a time. It just looks like your system, your nervous system is really like revved up, and this could be from some sort of highly emotionally charged relationship that you were in. You could be on your phone too much, on your laptop too much. It's just like too much. It's like sensory overload is what I was getting when I was meditating on your energy. So some of you may be needing to take some time out to relax. Make sure you're not on your phone 24/7. Actually try sitting down and reading a book instead of reading a book on your tablet or on your phone. It does make a huge difference. I remember when I bought a book recently, actually, it wasn't even that long ago, and I was trying to get through it like a physical book, and I could not. It was like I just wanted to go over to YouTube and look at the book review instead, or look up like a 5-minute summary of the book, because I couldn't even like concentrate or focus in on just reading the book page by page. I kept spacing out, and I feel like that is a result of just technology overload. So some of you are needing to really take that into consideration and make sure that your mind and your body is getting the rest that it needs. So let's see, Gemini. Okay, so the Three of Swords in the reverse is here, so that is a good sign. That means that for those of you who have been heartbroken or something did not go as planned, you're finally starting to move away from that energy. You're finally starting to feel like yourself again, and you are just not in this very heavy, depressed energy. And for those of you who are not feeling like this, like you're not feeling like you're getting over the situation, you will be getting over it soon. Some of you could have been dealing with an Aquarius or dealing with someone with Aquarius placements in their chart, because Aquarius got this same card. And also when I was shuffling for your energy earlier, the star card popped up, so that is Aquarius energy. This could also be talking about Aquarius season though too, meaning that by the end of Aquarius season, it's like you're moving away from this energy. The good thing about Aquarius season is that it kind of taps you into your logical way of thinking. Like it really removes you from situations that are very emotionally charged and allows you to see things from a higher perspective and from a more detached viewpoint. So if you are like heavily invested in someone where they broke your heart, or it's like you couldn't really see through the pain of that heartache, Aquarius season is a season where you'll be able to clearly see through it and see it from a higher perspective, so that ultimately you can get past it. So in the past position, we have a couple here. I love when couples show up in my readings. It makes my job so much easier. So we have the Queen of Wands, and we also have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I'm going to put the King of Pentacles upright, just because it's more pleasant to look at than an upside down card. So I'm thinking that one person in this pair is you, and the other person is someone from your past, because this is past energy. So it could be vice versa. Just take it as it resonates. Whatever role is you, then obviously the other role would be the other person. So one of you was taking on this King of Pentacles in reverse energy, meaning that someone who is very selfish, someone who is kind of greedy. This could be someone who, it's like they want you to give them all of your love, all of your time, all of your attention, but they don't reciprocate. Like they don't give you the same in return. This person could kind of make you feel a bit smothered, only because I'm getting like a very overbearing energy with them, which is very strange because I don't usually get that with the King of Pentacles. But I get that this person could just make you feel very overwhelmed, because it's like you have to overcompensate and give them so much just to keep them pleased, or just to keep them around. It's like someone who you feel like you have to constantly work or fight for their time and their attention and their love, and it's just very draining. So if that's someone that you were dealing with, it's no wonder that I'm picking up that you're overstimulated, because it's like with a person like this, you're constantly having to figure out ways of how to please them, or how to get them to validate you, or you're having to constantly figure out what they're feeling or how they're feeling, and just have to constantly like scan them and figure out like what they're going to do next. It's like someone who, like I said, they're very selfish, they can be very closed off, and it's someone who just, they just don't make you feel settled. They don't make you feel secure. They make you feel like you constantly have to be on high alert. So the Queen of Wands is also here. So I'm thinking that the Queen of Wands is you, because I'm thinking that that other person was the person you were dealing with. So I'm thinking that you're coming up as the Queen of Wands in the past. Someone who's very magnetic, someone who people are very drawn towards. And I feel like this King of Pentacles person could have seen that in you, or saw that in you. For some of you, I feel like this is a small group of you. You are popular on social media, or you're popular in some way, and that's what drew this person to you. You could have like met online. It's like they saw this spark in you that they wanted to kind of latch onto and drain off of. It's a very unpleasant energy is what I'm getting from that King of Pentacles. So it's like you have this magnetism, or you have this sort of like aura or energy about you that kind of makes people pay attention, whether you realize it or not. But this person definitely realized it, and it looks like they were trying to almost feed off of that energy. It's not very pleasant. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is also here in the reverse. I have a headache now. Oh my god. I'm telling you, a lot of you are just very overstimulated. My head is like pounding right now. The Ten of Swords is here in the reverse. So the Ten of Swords talks about an ending that just was not taking place. Usually it's because you are holding on to a situation because you don't want to feel the full pain of it, okay? It's like when you finally let go of a situation, that's when you're able to fully feel the brunt of all of the pain. You're able to fully reflect on everything that has happened. And that's why so many people don't let go of very toxic situations, because as soon as you let go, it's like now there's no band-aid, you know? It's like now you have to feel it, you have to grieve it, you have to like go through all of those emotions that you just have been avoiding feeling. So it just looks like with the Ten of Swords being in reverse, either you or that other person, or both people, just didn't want it to end. Because just because this person is someone who's very selfish, or who's like draining your energy, they still saw you as someone who was valuable to them, although they didn't show it. Because like I said, they see you in this very high regard. I don't know why they wouldn't show you that. Probably because they thought you would then wake up to the fact that you were too good for them, or that you can get someone better than them. That happens when you're dealing with someone who they can clearly see the light in you, and they know other people can see it too. Sometimes they will try to drain you, or tear you down, or just not give you the praise and the admiration that you deserve, just because they don't want you to wake up and see your value and then move away in the other direction. Oh my god, I know a Gemini, and this is like, wow, that's crazy. I just now realized like this is like relating to somebody that I know. Oh, that's very strange. Okay, so yeah, I feel like one person or both people were just having a hard time letting the connection go. This could also talk about an energetic cord as well. Like, just because you both let the connection go physically, it could be that energetically you were both still holding on to each other. So you were still seeing synchronicities about this person. You could have been seeing their birthday everywhere. They could have been seeing your birthday and your name everywhere. So it's like energetically there was still a cord or some type of connection. So even when the relationship was over, it didn't feel like it was fully over. Okay, so moving on to the present energy, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Very positive energy. This Nine of Pentacles talks about really embracing being single and really being happy that you're finally able to be independent. I feel like a lot of you were enmeshed with this person so heavily that it's like you almost felt like they were a piece of you. Like when they leave, it's like you're losing a limb, or like you're losing a body part when they're gone. And that's what happens when your energy is enmeshed with someone. It's like you don't know where they start and where you end, and where they begin and where you end. It's like you can feel their feelings. You can, it's just a very, very, I'm sure if you're watching this and this relates, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very, very strong energetic pull, like this intertwining of energies when you are heavily connected to someone. So this Nine of Pentacles to me talks about finally being able to remove yourself from that bondage almost, or that hold that that person had on you, and really embracing the fact that you can be happy and you can be on your own. So you are now gaining the strength to be 100% independent. And I feel like this is not just going for this past person. This is for your life in general. Like, you're starting to be more comfortable in your own skin. You're starting to really value yourself, value your time, value your energy. I feel like the situation with this person really caused you to have to reflect and to really understand how valuable of a person you actually are. So it's like you didn't see your worth until this person came and sort of like stripped everything from you, and you had no choice but to dive into self-love in order for you to heal and to feel better. So ultimately, you learned a very valuable lesson through this past cycle. And for those of you who you haven't learned that lesson, this is guidance that you need to learn that lesson, or you need to take that into consideration. Think back to how you were before that past cycle and before you met that person. You were probably someone who felt like you needed someone, like, you know, you need someone to be with you, or it's like you wanted to feel that sense of happiness with someone, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start feeling like you absolutely need it, that's when it can become an issue, because then people have the ability to take advantage of you. You know, when they can sense that you need something from them, like you need them to validate you, you need their love, you need their attention, that's when they can start to be very manipulative. That's when they can start to withhold love from you in order to control you, you know, and to keep you stuck. So I feel like now, after this cycle is over, it's like you are embracing the fact that you are slowly but surely starting to love yourself and value yourself, and you're starting to see that you really don't need anyone. You want people in your life because you're a human being, and we are, you know, social creatures. We want those connections, but you don't need anyone to the point where someone is able to manipulate you or able to make you feel like you're less valuable because of the way that they're treating you. I hope that that makes sense. So that is a very positive card to have. The Four of Pentacles also shows up here. So the Four of Pentacles talks about you being very stingy with your energy, which is interesting because it looks like you just came out of a cycle with someone who's very stingy and very selfish with their energy. And like I've said in my past readings, you know, usually when you are heavily energetically connected to someone, it's because you're supposed to take on some of their traits. So you're supposed to learn something from them. So it looks like this person was so selfish with their energy and just a selfish person in general, because you were supposed to see that you need to be more selfish. You need to put yourself first more often. That doesn't mean that you become extremely selfish and abusive like this person, but it means that you take a little bit of that trait from them and apply it to your own life. So it's like now you are really valuing yourself and being very independent, and also knowing when to walk away from situations that are draining you, or knowing when a situation is no longer serving you and retracting your energy, being more selfish, and really just putting yourself first. So these are very positive cards to have in the present moment. For some of you, you could be needing to focus on work as well, because there are a lot of pentacles here. So there could be a lot of financial success that could come your way in the near future if you were to start really focusing all your attention on your finances right now. So the Seven of Swords is here in the reverse. Again, a very positive card. This is a good reading, honestly. Like, it's all positivity in the present. So it looks like in the present, no one can fool you any longer. It's like anybody who was wearing a mask in your life, and anyone who wasn't being true to you, or who just wasn't presenting themselves in an honest way, you now see through them. I feel like now that you're detached from this past situation, you're now able to see that person for who they are. You're finally able to see them, you know, without those rose-colored glasses. But also this talks about you being able to now spot that in the future as well. So you didn't meet this person it wasn't in vain, I should say. They kind of open up your eyes to the ways in which people operate, or they kind of open up your eyes to the red flags to look out for, I should say. So this past situation wasn't a waste of time, because ultimately it helped you to learn how to set those boundaries, and it taught you, sorry, oh my god, my thoughts are like racing. It taught you how to really spot those red flags, and to know when someone is being real with you and when someone isn't. It reminds me of when I first learned about narcissistic abuse, and at first I was so like annoyed, first of all, and devastated that I went through something like that. But then also, as time went on, I was thankful for it, because then I started seeing the red flags and the signs in other people that I would never have been able to spot if I had not gone through that. So that's the energy that I'm getting. Also, with the Seven of Swords, I feel like this is talking about you really stepping into your authentic self, because I'm telling you, there's something inside of you that's very magnetic. It's like something that people want. It's something that people are drawn to, and I feel like you don't see that, or you didn't see it before. It's like you could have been dealing with people or situations in your past that really caused you to kind of shrink, or to kind of try to stay out of the spotlight. You know how when you see someone who you think they're so beautiful and they're so just amazing, and they somehow don't know it, and then you come to find out that, you know, they have like an abusive partner at home, or they had abusive parents, and it all makes sense of why everyone can see them in this great light, and then they can't see themselves that way. That's kind of what I'm getting from these cards. It's like you have this energy that really pulls people in. It's kind of hard to explain. I feel like you'll know what I'm talking about, especially if you're someone who, when you walk into places and it seems like people are staring at you, and you're like, am I losing my mind, or are people actually staring at me? They're actually staring at you. And I feel like there's just something that you're meant to be doing that is very big, or it involves other people, or it involves this sense of self-confidence. And this person, because you've been through this situation with this person now, and you're now growing and elevating, you're going to start to see yourself in this high regard that everyone else sees you in, and that you were deceived or fooled into not being able to see yourself in. Especially if you were raised in a household where, like I said, you were dismissed a lot, or your confidence or your self-esteem was just beaten down. It's like now you're going to finally start to blossom into who you truly are, or you're going to start to see yourself for who you truly are, because it was masked before by all of the mistreatment that you have undergone. This is a tough reading. Oh my god, I was not expecting it to be this. Wow, okay. This is good. Should I pull another one? Okay, no, I'm at 17 minutes. I have to stop. Okay, so we're gonna finish this over on Vimeo, Gemini. So I will leave the link to my Vimeo channel down below, and we will clarify these cards, and we'll pull some more. So I hope that this was helpful, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over on my Vimeo channel. Bye.